So who's the real president of this country? Is it Joe Manchin or Joe Biden, Madam Vice President?
Come on, Charlamagne.
Come
on. It's Joe Biden.
I can't tell sometimes.
No. It's Joe Biden. It's Joe Biden. And don't start talking like a Republican about asking whether or not he's president. It's Joe Biden.
Do you think Joe Manchin is a problem?
It's Joe Biden. And I'm vice president, and my name is Kamala Harris. And the reality is, because we are in office, we do the things like the child tax credit, which is going to reduce black child poverty by 50%, on track to do that. We do things that are about saying that our Department of Justice is going to do these investigations and require that we end chokeholds and have body cameras. It is the work of saying we're going to get lead out of pipes and paint because our babies are suffering because of that. It is the work of saying people who ride public transit deserve the same kind of dignity that anybody else does. So let's improve that system. It is the work of saying that we have got to bring down prescription drug costs because folks who have diabetes should not be dying because they don't have enough money in their pocket. It's about saying black maternal mortality is a real issue that must be treated by everybody, including the White House, as a serious issue. Okay? So I hear the frustration, but let's not deny the impact that we've had and agree also that there is a whole lot more work to be done. And it is not easy to do. But we will not give up, and I will not give up.
I just want you to know that Madam Vice President, that Kamala Harris, that's the one I like. That's the one that was putting the pressure on people in Senate hearings. That's the one I'd like to see more often out here in these streets.
It's a silly question to me. Man, I get it. First, it's a silly question. Is Joe Manchin the president? Joe Manchin not the damn president. Okay? But civics are civics. All right? It's 50-50. 50 Democrats, 50 Republicans. That means that any one Democrat, it could be Manchin, it could be Cory Booker, it could be Sinema, anybody, they could say, nope. And guess what? Nothing is happening. So this is the problem that we're facing when you have an equally divided Senate. The real problem here is Manchin is really full of shit, Omakongo. He's a liar. That's what he is. He's a liar, because you can't give a framework and then go, oh, I've tried everything I can. They have basically allowed him to write the bill. So you can't vote for the bill they basically allowed you to write? Really?
You ain't lying, man. Look, shout out to Representatives Ayanna Pressley, Rashida Tlaib, and Ilhan Omar, and AOC, who all said from the beginning, Cory Bush, Manchin cannot be trusted. He has shown his full colors full out. And Roland, to do this on Fox News, an outlet where he knows he's not going to get challenged, he throw out all of the stuff about the filibuster and how it needs to be, we need to maintain it and all of that, but I had nothing to say about the fact that they had a carve out for it for the budget just last week, the week before last. And it's been carved out over 160 times. He's a liar. He's not out here. He's not an honest broker. I'm sitting here looking at some stats. West Virginia, number 47 in healthcare, number 45 in education, number 48 in economy, number 50 in infrastructure. And yet the average salary income of people there is $26,000 a year. I know some speakers who make more than that. He has bamboozled the people of West Virginia, and but look at this, Roland. He has over a 60% approval rating by the people of West Virginia. So he understands how the hustle goes. And I'm hoping that by now, more West Virginians are starting to see that he is full of it, that he's not an honest broker. And going off of what Charlamagne just said, we need to see more of this Vice President Harris, because this Vice President Harris, when they first got into office, she went into West Virginia, went on television, and talked about the importance of the COVID relief package. But I haven't seen them do that on these Build Back Better bills or the voting rights bills. They need to get in attack mode and seriously call him out. And I believe that once all of the people of West Virginia get exposed to who he really is, they're going to have that more pressure on him, and we're going to get him to do what we need him to do. I do believe that. They just don't know.
Here's the deal, Jeff. Joe Manchin is banking on the sheer illiteracy of his own voters.
Sure.
West Virginia ain't the smartest state in America. When you look at the fact that the child care tax credit, 93% of the kids in his state are impacted by that. So when he say, well, when I go back to West Virginia, I got to be able to explain to my people, and if I can't vote for it. That must mean they too illiterate because they just believe in anything that this man says. Out of all other states, he represents one of the brokest damn states in America. They more than anybody are going to benefit from this bill. But Joe Manchin has corporate interests he's representing, not the people of West Virginia. 68% of voters in West Virginia support the Build Back Better plan. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton tweeted that out. Well, guess what? I need 68% of the people in West Virginia who are voters to be blowing his phone lines up saying you're screwing over us. And see, that's part of the problem. He has not gotten enough pressure from West Virginians. And so they're just believing whatever this man says, and they're the ones who are going to get screwed.
Well, if you can keep people's eyes focused on Fox News and you can keep them focused on the story, you can do whatever you want. I like to point out in a mini tribute to the great Sister Bell Hooks, who's transitioned into life after life recently. She said, what we do is more important than what we say or what we say we believe. So Joe Manchin is in this place now where he is doing things that are showing us exactly who he is. And in his action, we are seeing that he is as disconnected, as distant, and as unfocused as that webcam that they put at the top of that stadium for ESPN to cover the Celebration halftime show. This guy is so separate from reality when you're dealing with the party and you're dealing with America, and yet so highly focused on, as you said, banking. What is he banking on? He's banking on himself. So he's advancing a narrative that comes out of the 1980s and 90s with the concept of the welfare scares, when they were saying we got to keep people from getting on welfare because they're going to take all the money. Never mind that 80% of the welfare money at the time was going to administrative costs and it was not getting to the actual people. Joe Manchin is now advancing this notion, advancing this narrative that what people are going to spend their money on, their Build Back money on, is drugs. And what people are going to do with their time off and their paid leave is go hunting. All of these things that have no basis in reality. And so he's playing on the beliefs and stereotypes that are coming out of, frankly, the conservative right, so that we can continue to move toward what we're moving toward in America, and that is a space of white minority rule. Joe Manchin will benefit from that. He's saying, look at these people over here and what they might do with the money based on a belief, but don't look at the $174,000 a year that I get of your money. Don't look at how I got $174,000 salary, and yet I'm driving around on the river in a $250,000 boat. When we continue to not have this analysis and just see through this and call people out, as you said, it's got to start happening in his home state. We have a national voice of people who are pointing out the inaccuracies, who are pointing out what is wrong, the discrepancies, but it's got to start coming from West Virginia, because people have to see that they are the ones who are going to continue to suffer and end up in the bottom of every category, as Dr. Omakongo pointed out.
I roll my uncultured video in just one moment.
time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way.
Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Stay black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
You dig?